Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Panerai Luminor Marina Jolla Limited Edition PAM 465. You can see this one of 75 San Diego Boutique Limited Series and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional high resolution images, accessories included, and naturally full pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. There's no outward side that the PAM 465 is the super rare, super boutique, super exclusive limited series that it is. Rather, this watch just looks iconic. This is the classic 44mm Betterini or tuna can case that made the Panerai Luminor an absolute sensation during the mid to late 1990s with the flourishing of Paneristi 4 across the internet, and perhaps becoming the first watch brand that grew up on the internet that succeeded more by word of mouth than factory advertising design. This case is gorgeous, and so is the dial, a classic Panerai sandwich style with Marina small seconds at 9. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the fit. 44mm across the broad of the case. That's from 9 o'clock to 3, but it doesn't include the crown guard. Now, in terms of thickness, the watch is actually quite compact, 14.5mm, and with a sloped conical bezel and a slightly domed sapphire, this actually fits underneath a dress cuff more easily than you would think. 53.5mm from lug to lug, but it doesn't wear that broad. The lugs, as ever with a Panerai Luminor, are incredibly short. They thrust downward quite sharply, and they're close cropped. So you can see that when I show you the watch in profile, it's almost all case. The lugs fade away around the edges of your wrist. And again, I'll show you a profile of my wrist wearing the watch. You can see how aesthetically the case dominates, but the case also ends well inboard of the edge of a wrist. I would say down to even 14.5 centimeters in circumference. You can be able to wear this watch with ease, comfort, and proportion. It does have a satisfying heft to it because, let's face it, it's a big steel case and it features a big steel case back, but it is that case back that makes this watch what it is. Incredibly special. It's an engraving of La Jolla Cove off of San Diego. Now, it can't capture the aquamarine spectacle of the real thing, but in terms of intricate engraving, attention to detail, and use of line and depth, the shading, all of that is exquisite. This is a watch that you'll take off your wrist time and again simply to enjoy the vista. Now, the dial shouldn't be sold short, however. I'm going to show you what sets this dial apart from most Panerai Luminor references by revealing what's known as the SLC, the pig, or simply manned torpedo, a weapon used by the Decima Flotilla of the 1940s during World War II. They who originally wore Panerai watches in combat. Of course, the manned torpedo, I should mention, not a suicide device. It was actually a system of mines that you could ride into the harbor, plant on the bottom of a ship, and then escape using breathing apparatus. But its image is rarely featured on Panerai watches, and use of the so-called pig dial is reserved for exceptional editions, such as this PAM 465, and it's very subtle. From an arm's length, you cannot see it. The rest of the dial is classic modern Panerai Luminor Marina, with blacked out hands to provide minimal contrast. You only see the ecru style patina-esque luminova on the hands. Now, the patina effect is designed to pay tribute to vintage Panerai watches, which over the years have slowly taken on this off-white, brown eggshell ecru tone. So the watch has luminova. It's not a true patina, so it functions in the dark, but it's a beautiful tribute that's nicely consonant with the contrasting stitch of the strap and the black of the dial in daylight. Of course, the device protecting the crown gives you all-access security from blows, and with the clever locking lever system, an original Panerai invention and patented by Panerai, albeit now featuring a runner bearing within the cam, you can lock the crown. Now you've achieved 300-meter water resistance. Unlock. Now you have the ability to wind and set at will. It's an incredibly convenient system that not only gives you more comprehensive protection than conventional crown guards, but it frees you from having to fumble with a tight screw-down crown when your hands are wet or sweaty or gloved. Very practical. It's also aesthetically distinctive. People can tell from across the room that's a Luminor, and you'll make fast friends with this watch on your wrist. Among watch nerds, wonderfully regarded, and this is an elemental design. Despite its boutique content and rarity, nevertheless, there's nothing about this case, about this dial, or about this OP2 movement, pocket watch style, 56-hour power reserve, COSC chronometer, that cues the watch in any fashion other than as the iconic Luminor. Again, this is the face that launched 1004 in the late 90s, with a few refinements for those who prefer something just a bit more exclusive. And along those lines, we have a gorgeous and very thick calfskin strap. Upscale, it's more substantial than the standard untreated Assolutamente, and yet it's also incredibly supple. In spite of its thickness, it's exceptionally comfortable on the wrist. A combination of all-time classic elements and boutique exclusives, this PAM 465 certainly is unique and is one of only 75 made. Whether you're California dreaming or simply want a Panerai that no one else has, consider this PAM 465 La Jolla San Diego Boutique limited edition, available for purchase on our website.